Hello, I'm Lourdes Mintz for the Capital Network. Joining me here at Twitter Australia is its Managing Director, Susie Nicoletti. Susie, welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Now, Susie, Twitter was established in 2006. Since then, we've seen rising online competition everywhere. What is Twitter doing to remain a vital platform for its users?
Sure. So there are quite a few social networks out there these days, and at Twitter, we're continuing to focus on what makes us unique. So what we essentially are and what we offer is we are the best and fastest platform for users to come and see what's happening in the world. And this is true for brands and this is true for consumers.
So we all know that celebrities are popular on Twitter and the corporates have taken a while to catch up. But generally in Australia, what do you consider a popular account on Twitter?
So authenticity, I would say, is a real mark of an account where someone is able to showcase multiple sides of themselves, and that actually in turn makes it quite popular. An account that gives access and actually doesn't just tell information but takes people on a journey, someone that's going to take you on a ride, typically ends up being a more popular account for us. And accounts that use a lot of rich media are also accounts that are quite popular in this market as well.
And can you give us some examples perhaps of some executives or corporates that you think are doing a good job?
Absolutely. So Andy Penn from Telstra does an absolutely fantastic job. He does live Q&As. He actually listens to some of his users and he comments in real time based on some of the conversations happening on Twitter, which is great.
Some people might say that's risky to be commenting, some corporates. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What are your views about that?
I think you're capitalizing on a huge opportunity. It's a conversation that's happening, and it's a CEO that shows he cares. He's actually going to listen. He's actually going to engage, and it shows that he's really connected to his consumers. And I think that shows a lot about him and also Telstra as a brand altogether, which is fantastic.
And you also mentioned authenticity. What are some ways in which you think people or companies as well can be more authentic?
Authenticity to me is sharing the news, sharing the company information, but also sharing a little bit about yourself, not being so polished, having a sense of humor from time to time. That makes an account incredibly engaging.
From the executive and corporate perspective, they're always looking at risks. So when it comes to authenticity, they may say, what if I overstep the mark?
When people are getting started with Twitter, we always advise you to start by listening. So just listen to the conversation, listen to brands, listen to what's happening in the space. And the second thing we advise is to find your voice.
Absolutely. And a natural extension of finding your voice is really building your brand. Mm-hmm. How do you advise that executives and companies are building their brand on Twitter?
Well, there's two pieces that are powerful for brands on Twitter. So the first is you can actually distribute your message. But the second is you get that two-way conversation happening with your consumers. So a couple pieces of advice, again, first it's listen to the consumers and pick, different times that you might want to engage with them. I think that's, again, very powerful and unique to Twitter. A second thing you can do is actually plan the content that you're going to distribute. So a lot of our brands, have actually trained some of their followers in terms of what to expect each week.
Excellent. And talking about expectations, what can we expect from Twitter? What are you working on at the moment? And how is Twitter looking to build its own brand and value in the community?
So we are very, very hard at work at the moment, making our user experience as strong as possible. So again, we have a great platform, and right now we're trying to make that as customized to the user as possible. Another initiative is brand safety and making sure that we have given our users the most control possible to make the environment on Twitter as absolutely safe as possible.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your insights today, and I certainly will be watching and engaging on Twitter.
Fantastic. Thank you.